Good afternoon. Welcome to Flint for Real with Shayne Hodges, coming to you live from the east side of Flint. I just wanted to take a quick moment to let you know that on Tuesdays on Comcast Channel 17 will be from 8:30 to 9:30. You can catch my show as well as others from All Points TV on your local public access channel. So check us out on there. And today my show is just a quick show to basically do a community update. Let the community know, as well as my Facebook groups, what's going on in the city of Flint. Because right now it feels like we're at a stagnated standstill. Everything, all this money's coming in without the proper relief. Sure, we see these food giveaways at the corner and all this water is everywhere around the city, which I am entirely thankful for. But the real problem is what's going on to fix it. The one solution we hear is we're healing the pipes by upping the orthophosphates to scale level, which we know is not the best option, but that's what we're going through currently. And that's why you're hearing state agencies, the governor saying that they'll drink filtered water because they know that in the process of regenerating the pipes that the filtered water should be okay. But what they're not telling everybody is the byproducts of doing that, the consequences of using orthophosphates. We see Steve Smith or Mike Smith from the Water Defense saying that showering is not safe. I'm reading an article right now that he's saying that he has the science to back it up, because no one else will stand with him as far as the EPA or Virginia Tech, because his science doesn't prove what he's speaking. And the one curious factor I want people to know about Scott Smith and Water Defense is March 30th, before he launched his campaign, in the Business Wire magazine, he announced his product, Aquaflex or whatever it's called. He has a product to sell. So as a salesman would do, first you have to create the need for your product, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing community people involved with him promoting his actions, and I believe Scott Smith is, he's a good person and he's here for a good cause, but what's the end result? Is he going to sell us a product, or is he going to give us information to help us protect ourselves and our families? Because unlike most people, I'm here. I'm dug in. I am fighting for my house, my family. We're trying to make it in a city where small businesses can't succeed. Small businesses aren't getting the help they need, because who wants to hire a cleaning company out of Flint, Michigan? Flint, Michigan is currently like a gray zone. But of course, like we're seeing with the telethons and the big businesses, Snoop Dogg, Russell Simmons, they've donated millions of dollars. But where is it? Of course, these dying foundations were on their last legs, but now they've been rejuvenated with millions of dollars from donations aimed to help us. So imagine if you have $8 to $10 million in a bank account and it's just sitting there. How much in interest alone is being made? Is that going to be given to us? Will that be part of the grant process? It's time will tell. One of the current issues that I, as a resident of Flint, am having is this whole water bill credit thing. Sure, it sounds good and everything, but just think. October, it was announced that the state of Michigan is going to pay for our water to reconnect to Detroit from October till June, when our KWA line was supposedly be in action. Turns out, KWA never was intended to hook up to Flint, so now they have to have a $6 million pipeline built on extra just to connect to Flint. It was never intended to come here, and that's what I don't understand. How can that be our water source when it's not connected to us? Of course it's connected to the Genesee County brand new Metroplex, but that's not completed, and they're having work stoppages and people striking that job. So the situation is, we're on Detroit now. The water's prepaid. They paid for that water from October till June. You can look through the MLive articles. You can see the money there. They gave $10 million. Flint put $2 million in, but that came back to Flint for their Fast Start program, which has been put on hold. So let me ask you this. $10 million was given to pay for all water from Detroit from October till June. And in the meantime, a resident of Flint like myself, I'm being billed for that water. Here's my bill. The water that's already paid for by the state of Michigan, I'm getting a bill for it. So I'm being billed for it, and I'm getting credits on that bill. So another 30 million comes, and we are getting 60% of from April 14 till now, April of 16, 2 years, you get all that credit, and the water's already been paid for. From October till now, the water's paid for. So where is all that money going? I did a little, $9.9 million is what it costs for the water from October to June. That money was paid to Detroit. Water's paid for. We just received $30 million. So just a simple math problem. 27,000 users, that's how many actual users are on the Flint water system. 27,000, 30 million. 30 million divided by 27,000 would be $1,111 per user. So I don't understand, how is the money already gone? According to the CFO, Ms. Lundquist, the money's already spent and they're looking for more. What I see, my opinion of this is this water crisis, this issue that we are facing has been a cash cow for the city of Flint. All the surrounding foundations and the same people that ran this city into the ground got a financial windfall off of poisoning us. Remember, we weren't ever supposed to know this. The water was fine, drink up, pay up. Not only is the water not good, and not only are we still paying the nation's highest water prices, but all the money that was set aside because of the city being caught overcharging us, that was put back on our bills because they had to make sure that out of that $30 million, most of it was theirs. They're not giving cash refunds. I know people who have not stopped paying their bill. Are they going to get their money back? No way. They're getting credits. Who wants a credit for poison water? And then here we come. We're going to hear this new flush program. Flush your pipes, open up your water and let it run for 10 minutes. Of course, they're going to give you credits on your bill, but guess what? It's an estimated bill. They're going to estimate your bill, estimate how much you use for flushing and how much you use for day-to-day activities, because in my house, we only use it for laundry and flushing the toilet. We have to go through case after case after case of bottled water. And if we let our children touch the water, skin rashes occur. I can show you where I've scratched holes in my legs because my skin is so itchy that if I start itching, I can't stop. So like most residents in the city, you take a shower in this water and you forget to put lotion on or Vaseline or cocoa butter, you're going to itch. It's a fact. And you want me to believe that the water is safe to shower in. Another thing that is just, it's insane to me. We are currently under a state of emergency. People are being charged for this, but we are still being billed for this water. The water is why the emergency's here. How can you bill us for water that is not correct? I understand the sewers and all that. Why are we not just getting sewer bills? Simple answer to me, it seems like, is the city, our city and its sorry state only relies on water bill money and property taxes to support itself. And that's the thing. It's not, do you think the corporations, the businesses, the foundations are paying their taxes? No. Diplomat, Capitol Theater, Uptown Development, tax break, tax break, tax break. Shayne Hodges, local resident, tax hike. So it's simple what's going on here. And you see these universities converging on all empty property around the city. Kettering's moving this way. U of M Flint is moving this way. All those, just think the riverfront was just giving to University of Flint. That could have been given to the city of Flint. We could have opened up a school for the children that were affected by this lead. We own the building, $15.5 million building given away. Just a long list of other things that were given away. And these things aren't given to benefit the city of Flint. They're given to benefit these rich special interest groups that are just basically There are people in this city, of course, we're under the poverty level. Most citizens' reading level is under 3rd grade. But there are people in this city right now making millions and millions of dollars a year. At the expense of what? Just a few thousand people. So, there's so many things going on, and I believe focus has shifted from what the problem was to how can we get ours. I sit down at City Hall and I watch group after group, company after company. They all have the magic cure for Flint's problems. But really, we've been preyed upon by, we've gotten everything from whole house filters to drinking filters through a straw, t-shirts, everything. It's just a big circus and a joke, and that's my opinion. A joke so horribly not funny that it just keeps replaying itself. One of my main issues is go at second Monday of every month to City Council. Go in there and look at our city's representatives. They're petty, they bicker, they argue. It's a meeting of the same people just screaming back and forth at each other. Nothing's ever accomplished, and then they go on about their business. What I think needs to happen is for an educated and empowered community to stand up for itself, educate itself on the issues. We definitely need to be registered to vote and go out here and take our city back. They're not going to give it to us. This city is under siege by big business and special interest groups. Has anyone noticed what's happened to Detroit? All that land, all that stuff is being bought up by businessmen. Illich, Gilbert, they're taking everything. All those houses they took and condemned were all once owned by retired shop workers, people who spent their time earning what they had. It's all gone. Most of the city belongs to special interest groups. What we are seeing are American cities being bought and taken away from the people that earned them. Big business always wins. And that's why I think this is a special situation where we as a community, through getting together, educating ourselves, and putting forth a city council that is proactive, not reactive, someone that is pro-citizen, not pro-corporation, to stand there and be the balance to say, wait a minute, we can't give you tax breaks. If you don't want to come here, too bad. But if you do, we are more than happy to accept you. The funny thing to me is always the trade-off, or in every story you hear the one thing, we're going to create local jobs. I haven't seen any yet. And then when they come with so many specifications and qualifications. You have to be under 18, and you have to pass a drug test, and you have to no felonies. I mean, that excludes half the population. Next thing you know, you're looking in Shiawassee County and all these other counties surrounding us for workers. And remember, it was supposed to be for local jobs. All these cons and tricks, it's like I heard someone say the other day, it's like a game of three-card Monte. They're just shuffling it around, and in the meantime, there's a mass exodus. People are walking away from their homes. We read about articles with Ponzi schemes. Someone in California is buying Flint houses for $4,000 and selling them for $30,000. One after the other, and then when they came to look for the houses have been destroyed by the hardest hit funds. We have a bunch of local politicians that believe that their position is their right. It's a family tradition. That's some of the things we need to stop. We need to continue to educate ourselves on the issues. We need to have people in place that have our best interests. If it's not us, then what's the point of democracy? And the American way is power to the people. We're not trying to cause trouble. We're not trying to riot. Something that was really amusing to me was Michael Moore saying that Flint's getting ready to riot. Like he has his ear to the ground and he knows what's happening here. He doesn't know what's going on here. It's probably nice and comfortable where he lives. But for us here on the ground who didn't benefit from the millions that came in, who didn't know somebody at the foundation or have an uncle or grandpa on the board or have a father who's in the end, it's a struggle. It's a struggle every day to keep your child from brushing their teeth with the water. It's a struggle every day to get to the doctor and get to the water giveaways and get to the food giveaways. You know, these people like to say everything's under control, nothing to see here. Remember, these are the same people that did not want this to get out, you know. One of my main issues is our local media, because we all know before it got national attention through Dr. Mark Edwards and Dr. Mona from Hurley, we were being told by independent water studies, remember Channel 12, that the water was fine. Everything's good. Pay for it and drink up. When we all know that wasn't a fact, a true fact. So some of the things that have been going on, it seems like it's meant to distract us, and it's meant to keep us away from what's really going on. The separate groups, the separatism, that's the biggest issue in the city of Flint, is the way we are all separated. One of the main things is the churches. They separate. There's 481 churches in the city of Flint. Why do you think that is? Keep everyone separate, keep everybody on their own separate agendas. That way we never unite and take our city back. And if we just look back and learn from some of the forefathers of this city, just imagine the sit-down strike. They just had enough and locked themselves in the plant. What about the fair housing? We've all been down to City Hall. Can you imagine people sleeping all over the City Hall trying to prove that point? They came together and made some change happen. I think one of the good things that's happening recently, a local 8-year-old wrote a letter to the president. The president's coming. Maybe he can come in here and see firsthand that after all of this, we are still living in a disaster area. We're being told, hey, everything's covered, put a filter on, but it's not. Our water's not safe. Our neighborhoods are not safe. Look at the murders. The murders are coming and coming and coming. And there's this movement to keep us separated. Blacks and whites and Hispanics, when we all need to come together. Because guess what? I'm white. I'm not rich. And I need help just as much as anybody else. You know, it doesn't matter what church I go to. I should be able to receive the same amount of help. But in this city, the ugly division that is prevalent every single day, everywhere you go, is the same thing. Division, divide. I was listening to our local favorite AM radio station Saturday morning, and I found out that the white man is the problem. And I just don't understand, because I'm here struggling too. So these are some of the things that have been going through my mind. And I just feel like we need to empower ourselves, educate ourselves with correct information, not hearsay, not rumors, not someone's opinion, because my opinions could be wrong, my facts could be off. I think we should all take it upon ourselves. Everyone who cares about their city, everyone who can't afford to leave, or everyone who don't want to leave, should dig in, get the right information, and definitely get out to the voting booths. We have to become informed, educated voters. We have to be registered on time. We have to go through the system and be correct. Because like we're seeing in the presidential election, some people aren't allowed to vote because they weren't registered in time. You have to use the system to take advantage of the system. I would like to say we are currently starting a new movement. It's called the Warrior Foundation. We are over here in the Hallwood Plaza, 4905 Clio Road, and it's going to be a community center, an activist center, a place where you can come relax. You can have a wedding, you can have a birthday party, you can celebrate, you can learn. We're going to have internet access. We're going to give a safe place for people to come and relax and meet and talk about issues. I've had the pleasure to meet Minister Perry Warrior, and we agree. It's time for us, the little man, the people, to come together and take what's ours. This is our city. You know, the last time I looked the police, the state, the local, the sheriffs, they work for us. We are the people they're supposed to protect, but it's somehow it got turned around that we are against each other. We are at odds. When you look at it, they are our security. And I'll tell you what, where I live behind Hurley Hospital, it's not very secure. Gunshots all night long. You know, I don't understand. In the city, if you think about it, in the area we are, there are 26 different police agencies. And these are the numbers that just blow my mind. There's 26 different police agencies, but yet our city is one of the most unsafe in America. Just like there's 5 major universities surrounding our community, but as reported on the news, most people have a 3rd grade reading level. How is this possible? And like we can tell, I just wish we had a time machine that we can fast forward to 15, 20 years in the future and let's see what Flint looks like. I'll tell you what my thoughts would be. Flint's going to be empty. All these houses are going to be gone. It's going to be green, beautiful land, and it's going to be product and packaged as a quaint college town. No people, no crime, just colleges and free space. So, you know, and I own my home, and I want my family to grow up here like I did, in a happy, safe community. It's going to take some work, and it all starts with us. Where are we going to start? What are we going to do, each and every person? And I know it's hard, struggling every day and with your life and your responsibilities, to come home after a long day and then go sit for 5 hours in a city council. But that's what it's going to take for this change to occur. So, you know, I just hope my message today reaches some people that it's up to us to take this city back. As responsible, educated, and empowered voters, we have to be registered, we have to be out there, and we have to make some changes. We have to stop the good old boys from getting richer. Because like a friend of mine once told me, it's a bunch of poor people chasing around the rich people. It's crazy, but we can change all that. So it's up to you, and I would like to say thanks for watching. Thanks for joining my group, #Flint, and continue to follow, continue to post all information you can get to me, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.